In the 7th year of Yehosh began to reign, and reigned 40 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Zibiah of BeerSheba. 2 Kings 12:1, 1599, Geneva Bible. Give thanks. Welcome back to the 7 Black Israelite Matriarchs. ZABIA number 7, Unveiling Jezebel's Progeny and the Cannabis Culture of Yudah. This is number 7, Zibiah, or Sabia, meaning gazelle in Hebrew, who was from BeerSheba. Thanks for listening. BeerSheba, Well of the Oath, or Well of the Seven in Hebrew, is the largest city in the Negev Desert of southern Israel, the Holy Land, that dates to the early Israelite period, around 1000 BC. This was around the time of David, the hero king of the Israelites, credited with defeating the Philistines, who were early Greeks, and his son Solomon, known as the wisest and richest king, as well as the Queen of Sheba, Makeda, on the Ethiopian queens and kings list of Tafari. According to the Hebrew Bible, much earlier, the wells of BeerSheba were dug by Isaac with his father Abraham, the first patriarch of the Israelites, who was married to Sarah, mother of the Saracens and Isaac. Abraham is also patriarch of the Midianites, black Arabs, through Keturah, his other wife, and patriarch of the Ishmaelites, generally the Muslim Arabs, later Muslim Arabs, through Hagar, the Egyptian in Israel. Isaac and his wife Rebekah would parent Yaakov, who is Israel, father of the Israelites, who had 12 sons and one mentioned daughter, Dinah, that would form the 12 tribes of Israel, Israel being a place, a person, and a family of tribes. Last week I covered Jezebel, the world's most controversial queen, in the 7 Black Israelite Matriarchs series. Thanks again to all of those who watched. I truly appreciate your support. Next week, by popular request, we'll delve further into the Israelite West Indian connection, so stay tuned. As I mentioned last week, Jezebel was the wife of the king of Israel, Ahab, and mother of Athaliah, some say. Now, Jezebel's father, Ithobal I, actually built a colony in Spain, Hulva, called Unu Baal, Baal's Fort, in what was Tartessos to the Greeks. Tartessos is also Tarshish, meaning Carthage, northwest Africa, in the Bible, which was colonized by Phoenicians, Moors, ancestors of Jezebel. Phoenicians also colonized Spain since at least 1100 BC. 1100 BC. Contrary to popular belief, the earliest slaves in the Americas, apart from the indigenous Indians, were taken not from Africa, but rather from Spain initially, predominantly. We can delve more into that topic more in our future videos of the captives who were from the Americas, which was called the West Indies, as well as from Spain and Northwest Africa, home of Carthage, ruled by Phoenicians and Libyans, Africans. Athaliah, who is Ahab or his father Omri and Jezebel's daughter, is called a usurper queen and holds the title as the only queen of Israel to reign as queen regent circa 841 to 835 BC. She was married to King Jehoram, a descendant of King David, and mothered Ahaziah, father of Joash, both kings of Yudah in the southern kingdom that separated from the United Kingdom of Israel in the north after the death of Solomon. You can learn more about prior monarchs of Israel by checking out my series on the 7 Black Israelite Matriarchs. 7 Black Israelite Matriarchs. Continuing on, Philistines, Arabs, and Ethiopians looted Italian King Jeroboam's house and carried off all of their family, except for their youngest son, Ahaziah, who became king of Yudah after Jeroboam's death. So interestingly, Israelites of royal blood would also be a part of these three peoples, the Philistines, Arabs, and Ethiopians. Athaliah became the queen mother, or Geburah. 1 year after taking the throne, however, according to 2 Kings 8:26, Ahaziah and Jeroboam of Israel were killed by Jehu, a general in Jeroboam's army who had secretly been anointed as Israel's king by the prophet Elisha. Jehu is also said to be the son of Omri, Athaliah's father or grandfather, according to which part of the Bible you're reading. Upon hearing the news of Ahaziah's death, Athaliah seized the throne of Yudah and ordered the execution of all possible claimants to the throne. However, Yehosheba, Ahaziah's sister, managed to rescue young Yehos, the son of Jehoram and Athaliah, who was only 1 year old at the time. Yehos was raised in secret by Yehosheba's husband, a priest named Yohadiah, who would later assign troops to kill Athaliah to protect Yehosh. After disposing of Jezebel, Athaliah's mother, Jehu had Athaliah's entire extended family in Samaria put to death, ending the Omride dynasty in Israel, and the sole heir of the line of David was saved in Yehosh by a miracle. Dido, founder of Carthage in northwest Africa, was niece of Jezebel and thus a cousin of Athaliah. The standard foundation, her story across all sources, is that Carthage was founded by colonists from the ancient Phoenician city of Tyre in Israel, led by its exiled princess, Dido, also known as Elisa. Dido's brother Pygmalion murdered her husband, the high priest of the city, and took power as a tyrant. Dido and her allies escaped her brother's reign and established Carthage, which became a prosperous city under her rule as queen. Libya's king Irbas of Numidia, now Algeria, sought Dido's hand in marriage. However, loyal to the memory of her late husband and threatened with war should she refuse, the queen ordered a funeral pyre to be built, where she commits suicide by stabbing herself with a sword. She is thereafter worshipped as a goddess by the people of Carthage, who are described as brave in battle and self as well as human sacrificing for divine favor. There are certainly parallels between Dido and Athaliah's stories, as both are ruling queens of the same people around the same time in the Misstory. After Dido's escape with her people, the northern kingdom of Israel is sacked by the Assyrians circa 732 BC, and the inhabitants are taken captive to the territories of Assyria, including south of the Caspian Sea, described later as the land of Saracen. The Saracens and pagans, just to refresh your memory, were the people enslaved by papal bull of Pope Nicholas V, much later in 1452. By this bull, European colonizers were authorized to keep Saracens and indigenous peoples of the Americas and Africa in perpetual slavery. Despite all efforts to end the Davidic line, it continued in Yehosh, son of Ahaziah, and ZABIA of BeerSheba. And for this great matriarch carrying the line, I give thanks. BeerSheba, as discussed in the context of my 4th video on Bathsheba, was located within the kingdom of Yudah, which included the tribes of Benjamin, some Levites, and Simeon, which incorporated Sheba around 1000 BC. Thus, Yudah included Sheba, daughter of Cush, the Ethiopian patriarch of the Bible. Both Sheba and Cush mean black in the Bible, as well as Kedar, another name of Shiva, the god of India, whose worship included cannabis, marijuana, use referred to as Ganja, based on the Devi Ganga of the Ganges River that flowed through the head of Shiva. But I digress. At around the time of Queen Zibiah, the kingdom of Yudah included Tel Arad in the northern Negev, which served as a key administrative and military stronghold, and it included a temple of Arad, where there was a Holy of Holies, and 2 incense altars, and 2 stela, or standing stones. And preserved on their surfaces were traces of cannabinoids, cannabis, boswellic acid, and neurosaturine, which derives from frankincense. This represents the first known evidence of hallucinogenic substances found in the kingdom of Judah from the 8th century BC, around the time of the reign of Queen Zibiah. This is further confirmation in the line of demonstrating the Rastaman's saying that ganja grew on the grave of King Solomon, as it was used extensively by the culture of his mother, Bathsheba, and Yudah generally. And I give thanks to our ancestors who suffered greatly in preserving this sacred knowledge so that we have it to bring forward and share today. The 2 pillars have been said to represent Yahweh and his consort Asherah, as an inscription reads, "To Yahweh and his Asherah." And the inscription is also found at other sites in Yudite territory. Asherah is the Lion Lady, Mother Creatrix of the Canaanites and the Semites, who knew her as Asherah, Nesaba, Seshat in Mizraim, worshipped through the use of her sacred plant, Ganja. Give thanks. Peace. Thank you for listening. Learn more by reading Misstory by Morrizon, which we have up on Lulu and is linked below, as well as opportunities to join us. And remember to check out our Patreon page for patron privileges at patreon.com/wistribe. That's patreon.com/wistribe. Peace. Give thanks. Are you tired of working that 9 to 5? Gotta scrimp and save just to survive? Come get the tools you deserve to thrive when you decide to take the dive into the pursuit of your own bliss. Come learn how to start a business. For the book or the course, you just need to go to the website linked below. All brought to you care of Online Pro.